Hello everybody, welcome back to Sims of Amy. I'm Amy and I like to build stuff in The Sims 4. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So before we jump into today's build, I just want to give you a quick update on my current builds that are in the works. I have a Throne of Glass build, part 4 is coming on Saturday, and I also have a Korean town build, and part 3 will be coming next Monday. So there's a lot of exciting stuff happening. But let's get back to today's build. It is inspired by, oh god, how do I say it? Albrechtsburg Castle in Germany. I feel like I ruined pronouncing that. Yeah, I really cannot say that. I do have a German friend. I should have practiced pronouncing that. Okay, anyway, let's jump straight into the build. So this build will be CC free and it will be available in the Sims 4 gallery once it's finished, and it will be it'll be much smaller than the Santorini build because that was huge and I think because it was so big it made it a little bit hard to play with, so I think this one will be much easier if you want to download it later and get your Sims in here. Yeah, anyway, let's crack on. So at the moment I'm playing with the terrain. In the picture of the castle and its surroundings, there was a river in the foreground, which I'm trying to add in now, but I'm not too happy with the shape of that, so I will make it more of a straight river and then a road, like a fake road going across that, but I will have to change that myself, and then in part 2 of this build you'll then see that all kind of edited and a much better shape. Anyway, let's crack on with what I'm doing now in the video. I'm trying to build the main castle. When I saw the picture of, I could not say the name, Albrechtsburg Castle, I really like the style of the main castle. It wasn't like all stone and medieval looking like you'd normally think a castle looks like. And when I googled a little bit about the castle, it's actually supposed to be Renaissance style, and the inside is supposed to have a lot of kind of intricate details and arches and large windows, and I just thought that sounded really interesting. Okay, at the moment I threw up a picture on screen and I'm trying to create this other building. It's not part of the main castle. I'm not sure what this is. It might be part of the castle. I don't know. I really need to look at more like different angles of this place. I'm literally looking at one photo and just trying to build it from there. I don't want this to be an exact copy of the castle because I don't think I could do that, but I'm going to try and get it as close as possible and then just add in some of my own stuff to make it look really cool. And yeah, I think your Sims will have fun in here. Although I'm not really sure what to put inside the castle at the moment. I think at the moment in real life the castle is a museum, but I don't really want to make this museum. Maybe, I don't know, what could we do with the castle? Should I make it into an actual real castle on the inside, make it really grand, or yeah, well, I'm not sure. It could be anything on the inside. If you leave a comment down below, give me some ideas what could be inside the main castle. Should it be a castle or should it be a museum? Should it be like a hotel? That could be interesting, especially if you've got the business and hobbies pack. I could make a giant castle-like hotel. That would be really cool. Yeah, if not, I don't know. Just let me know your ideas. What can be in the main castle? Because we're going to have a lot of space to play with, and yeah, it'll be really interesting. Okay, this area I'm now doing on screen, it is supposed to be part of the cathedral church area, which you kind of see a little bit of in the photos. It's just kind of peeking out. I will have to look at some more photos of that area because I don't really know what that cathedral looks like. I literally used one photo as a reference for this and just kind of built what I saw. So the cathedral area, I have no idea what it's doing. I need to do some more research and figure out what it's supposed to look like at the back, but I will do that in part 2. In this part 1 today, I just want to get the main kind of areas laid down. It's not going to be perfect. And a lot of the roofing and window placements, it's all really, really rough. This is just a really rough layout and design of what it's going to be. This is in no way like finished in any regards. So if you're thinking, well, what is she doing? Why is she leaving it like that? It's just because I'm trying to get this down really, really roughly, and if stuff needs to change later, it'll be just really easy to change without having to do all the details first and then moving something and it all gets deleted. Yeah, so I'm now trying to find some windows which kind of match the vibes. Because I want this CC free, I don't have too many options. I did go for that kind of curved one which matches the best. Oh look, here I am pulling out that castle wall. It's going to be a big build. It might even be bigger than this. I've still got a lot of space at the back to play with. I know I want to put in quite a big cathedral church building, but I'm not sure what else to put around there. Maybe, I don't know, like a courtyard or some... Ooh, I could put some like castle gardens. That could be quite fun. Okay, here's another picture up on the screen of the castle I'm trying to build. I love the color of it. It looks so interesting. I have never really seen a castle like this before. That's why I really wanted to try building this one. Normally I literally go for stone, like stone castles all the time. So this one, it just, yeah, it really stood out to me and it looks really interesting to do. At the moment, I'm just trying to play with some of the roofing. It's not going to be 100% accurate to the photos. Just because I don't think I'm that good at recreating something in The Sims 4. I'll try my best, but it's definitely not going to be 100%. And I think with all this kind of pointy roofing, it's going to be really hard to like get them to merge in into each other. I will have to play with that quite a bit and figure out how to do it. This front bit is not happening. Yeah, I don't know. Roofing is not my favorite. I feel like some people are really great at roofing. I'm not that good. I'm trying. I try my best, but yeah. This is going to be a struggle. I will do this off camera so you don't see me like just destroy this castle. It looks really, yeah. Well, anyway, I will do the roofing off screen and you don't need to suffer through that with me. Yeah, so that's sort of our main structure of the castle. I could make it a little bit bigger. I'll see. I need to get some pictures of the back of the place to see how big it really is. But yeah, it looks kind of cute. I've only done it 3 stories, and then the 4th story is kind of like a fake area. It's not going to be usable, which is fine. I think 3 stories is enough, especially if this is just going to be a museum, or it could be a giant house, or it could be, I don't know, like a bar. I don't know. What could this be? Let me know. Let me know down below. What do you want this building to be? Do you want it just as a really big like family home, or I don't know, a gym, like a giant fancy gym? Like I don't want this to be accurate on the insides. For this Santorini build, I really did try and make it not fully accurate, but I want it to be like suit the kind of like Greek style. But this one on the insides, I don't know, I might be a bit more free with it and do some funky stuff. There's so many little buildings and things. I think it'll be really fun to make some of the designs quite interesting. So if you do have any ideas about what I could do with this build or anything you'd like in here, I can do it. Let me know in the comments below and I will crack on with that. And then in part 2, I think, what am I going to do? I'll do the cathedral castle area, and I think we need to build a lot more street areas. And then maybe part 3 will be decorating some of the insides and then like a tour of the full build. And then after part 3, this should be then up in the Sims 4 gallery for everyone to download and play with. And like I said before, it's going to be much less. It's going to be just less than the Santorini one. That was really, really hard to play with. When I got my like a sim family in there, it was not fun. It was too lagging, and yeah, it hated me. But my computer doesn't seem to mind this one so far. It's not too big. Okay, so that's our little back area kind of done. At the moment on the screen, I wanted to try and play around with adding some of the, I suppose they're little townhouses at the front of the castle area. I will throw up another image on screen of what I'm trying to build. The picture I'm actually using is not the one on screen. The picture I used, I think I can't show it because it's not free to like use. Yeah, it's copyrighted, so I can't show that one. But the picture I'm showing on the screen is free to use, so that's the one I'm showing. Yeah, so here it is. Here's the photo. So at the front, below the castle, there are some little tiny cute buildings. The one I'm trying to do now is actually hidden behind trees, so you can't really see it that well. And actually in the foreground, are those camper vans? Is that like a camping site? Should I do that? Should I add a camping site in? I haven't actually seen, when I was building this, I wasn't looking at that picture, so I didn't know there was a campsite there. That could be really fun to do. Should I add a campsite in? Let me know. Do you want a campsite in here? Otherwise there's just going to be cute little houses at the front. Yeah, so like this. I feel like this front one kind of looks almost like a school. This one with like a circle turret. It kind of reminds me of like an old school. Maybe that could be a school. A little primary or a daycare. Yeah, that could be a daycare if you want to do like a business and you have the businesses and hobbies pack. You could do a little tiny daycare in there. That'd be really cute. Yeah, well, anyway, there's so many ideas you could do with this place. It's going to be big, it's going to be fun, it's all going to be CC free, and you can do whatever you want with it. Yeah, that's cute. Right, I think I will, yeah, at the moment I'm going to move some of the houses along slightly, because in the photo I was looking at, there was like maybe 3 or 4 houses more in the middle. So this first house I did, it does need to be moved along. So look at me moving it. I'm just moving it and then restacking everything. Yeah, it wasn't too bad to do. And then I'm just going to resize this one. This building at the front was actually really pretty in the photo I was looking at. This could be a bed and breakfast. This was quite a nice little build. It's very small though. I might have to make it quite a bit bigger in part 2 if you did want to make this into like a little bed and breakfast, little townhouse thing. Yeah, so this is only 2 stories, and then the roof will just be like a little fake roof. And yeah, I can make this into a little bed and breakfast. That'd be cute. Or like the town cafe. That could also be a cute idea. Yeah, there's just so many things you could do with this, and yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential, a lot of potential to do a lot of things here, especially if you've got a lot of packs. If you've got all the packs, you're very, very lucky, and you could do whatever you want with this build later. I don't have everything, so if I did try and add in like a daycare or like a cafe, like the stuff I own is quite, yeah, it's not that great, the packs I own, so you can definitely change out the interiors again to make it look a bit more fancy than what I could do. Yeah, oh, look at it go. I love that blue. Well, I was trying to find a nice blue. There isn't really that many nice blue roofing options. The For Rent pack has a couple, which I don't mind, but some of the blues are not fun. Okay, yeah, here I am trying to add in a few more buildings to the back. Yeah, I don't know what that would be. They could just be little houses. I could do, ooh, this could be used as a rental lot. You could have like 3 or 4, maybe up to 6 houses on here. You could have 3 at the front, and then the castle could be the main grand house, and then I don't know what the church would be. You could just, ooh, you could make the church into like a bar or something. I don't know, the church at the back, which is going to be very cool. I might raise up the terrain even more at the back so the church sticks out even more. Yeah, but the church building could be something very interesting. And then the rest of these houses could be rentals, a rental lot. That'll be fun. Okay, at the moment I'm trying to make this front section a little bit bigger. I think I got a bit too carried away with making that like river area. In the photos I was looking at, there is like a road around the front, and it does kind of look quite straight. So I am thinking this kind of squiggly line of walls, I want to make straighter. It's too squiggly. It needs to be straighter. So I will do that. And then I'm thinking the river I will also make straighter. I think I said that at the start of the video. Yeah, I do want this bit to be much straighter. It looks a bit funky at the moment. Oh, can you imagine driving on this? This is supposed to be like a road for like two lots of cars can go down here, but it's just really weird. It needs to be much straighter. I do need to sort that out before I do part 2 of the video. Oh, look at those walls going in. That looks terrible. What am I doing? No, why did I think that looks good? If I do make the river smaller, I could add that camping section near the river. Like they could have a fake road and then a camping area down at the end. That could be quite fun to do. Then this lot is going to be huge. It's going to have like rental houses, like a camping area. Maybe I could do like a barbecue around that section, and maybe like a little swimming pool at the back as well. I don't think like places in Germany would have like a lot of swimming pools. I don't think it's like that hot of a country to have outdoor pools everywhere, but we'll whack one in if people want it. And at the moment I'm just adding in some trees. You might be thinking, why are you adding trees right now? The house, like the buildings are not done at all. It's just, I just thought it looked really kind of like naked, and I wanted to look a bit more fancy before I finished for today. And also like putting the trees down, I can get more of a feel for the overall look of the lot and placement of the buildings. I can see how I want to make some of the buildings even bigger, or if I want to place more buildings later. Adding the trees in does give me a better idea of just the size of the lot and what else I can add. So I will probably move them trees around again and try to make it a bit more spacious for Sims to walk around outside. And I also need to figure out how the Sims are going to get to this back section of the lot, because at the moment they can't get in. They can't go anywhere. There's no doors, it's just windows. And I'm just throwing in a few debug cars to make, I don't know, just to get a feeling of the place. And then yeah, I'm just whacking down some random stuff from debug, just maybe I could use it later. But the town looks kind of cool. Like, I think this whole thing's, I spent maybe 1.5 hours doing this so far. So there's still so much left to do. I'd really like to spend maybe about 12 hours altogether on this build. Yeah. Oh, here. So you might be thinking, why are you putting this random pathway down? You could use the terrain tools and like add a nicer pathway. But okay, hear me out. I'm adding this flooring down because I want to make sure Sims can get to these areas. Sometimes if I use terrain paint and just spray down a pathway, they can't get there. They're just like, nope, can't get there. So I'm using the flooring just to make sure they can actually get everywhere. Okay, so I think that's it for part 1. There's a lot more left to do. I might pull out the main castle a bit more, and then I'll add in the cathedral. I might add that camping ground at the front because that could be really fun for your Sims to do. Like a little campsite section area. Anyway, if you've got any ideas of what could be inside these buildings, what do you want to happen? Do you want them as houses? Do you want them as rentals? Do you want a museum in here, a cafe? Let me know in the comments, because this build will be for everybody, and it will be CC free, and it will be up in the gallery once it's finished. Hopefully I can get it up either next week or very early the week after. Okay, that is it for part 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you had fun, leave a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you haven't, because I do a lot of builds like this. And yeah, I hope you had fun watching. And one more quick reminder, I do have the Throne of Glass build part 4 coming on Saturday, and the Korean town build part 3 will be coming next Monday. Okay, see you next time. Bye.